Welcome to the 3Gen podcast. We are three generations of
life,
love,
and legacy.
and we're hoping to foster meaningful conversations that bridge generational gaps, sharing diverse perspectives and experiences to promote understanding, empathy, and connections across different age groups.
We are three generations of life,
love,
and legacy.
Welcome back to the 3Gen podcast. I'm Pearl.
I'm Raven.
I'm Miss L.
And we are so glad you guys are tuning in and choose to join us again today. We're excited about your viewership, support, about our upcoming episodes. We have so much in store for you, but we need you to subscribe. Please click the like button. Please subscribe. How are you ladies feeling today?
I'm good.
I'm tantalizing.
I knew you were going to say that. I started to say that.
Or you can if you are.
It's okay. I'm good. I'm good.
I had a beautiful weekend. I got a lot of sun in Panama City this weekend. I've been without internet all week, so I get a chance to get that back Friday. And I'm just hopeful and feeling good.
Very good.
Okay.
What about you, Pearl?
I have a long week. I'm tired, but it's all good. You know, I always tell you busy is not a bad problem to have. So I'm taking it all in. I am looking forward to the weekend because I have absolutely nothing to do this weekend. Yes.
That's not true, but
It's not true?
no, but okay. You can get some rest though. It's nothing strenuous.
Maybe I do have some plans this weekend.
Yes.
So who has a hot topic?
I have a hot topic.
You have one, Ray?
I do.
Okay.
I want to talk about the Sanders family.
I knew
The
it.
who family?
The Sanders
The
family.
I
Sanders.
knew that's
Oh,
what you were
okay.
going to talk about.
It has been driving me crazy. Well, it hasn't been driving me crazy. Let me stop saying that. It just really upset me, the story about Shedeur Sanders and how the NFL just really tried to block him out. I just didn't like that.
Delayed but not denied.
Never denied. But do you know the story, Granny?
Of course I do. Where do you think I've been under a rock?
Well, you looking at me like I'm
How
crazy.
did you get to it? You driving you crazy?
Well, Shedeur Sanders, he is a NFL draft pick, and he was projected by a lot of people to be in the first draft. I don't watch football, so this is how just insane this is to me because I don't even like the sport, to be honest with you. But it just gravitated to me and like really drifted to my attention because I feel like it was just a matter of humbling. And I don't like when someone tries to humble someone because of their confidence, because of their talent, and just because you can. It's like a power move to me, and I think that everyone in life have experienced that. But to this degree and this level, you would really try to humble a child, really, because I mean he's old enough to be, out of the young adult age, but he's still young and he's a child, really. He's coming right out of college, and you would try to humble someone, bring them down because you feel they're too confident. Their family already has money. They're too cocky. But where is the line between cockiness and just knowing that you have confidence, exuding confidence? Because I feel like that's all they've ever given, their whole family. Nothing about them to me has seemed obnoxious or cocky. They thank God every time they win something. Every time they go somewhere, they give back, they help, they pull people up. And I just really didn't like it.
It's a power trip. I think that is wrong. I agree with you. I don't like it either. And humbleness is not man's to give or take away.
Exactly.
Humbleness you can't humble me.
Mm-hmm.
Only God has that power.
Yeah.
Only God has the ability to move and work in my life to bring me down a notch or to humble me and I do feel like they strong-willed him. I do feel like they tried to strong-arm him, and they're messing with his coins. They're messing with his livelihood. It's not fair. You can't go from. And I'm a football fan, love it, can talk the game in and out, but you cannot go from a first-round draft pick to being drafted in the 5th round.
Exactly.
That's impossible. So it was intentional. And although the NFL want to say that it was not intentional,
that was intentional.
for whatever reasons, they want to say that they didn't bound this and they didn't want to interview with these people, they didn't want to interview, but players and their families have been doing it for decades and it's been okay. People, just because you're a draftee, that does not take away your rights, that don't take away your desires, that don't take away your want to play for certain teams. Everyone has a wish list. That doesn't mean you'll get your wish list, but everyone has a wish list. And I just feel like they did him dirty.
They
Just flat out,
definitely
it was
did.
dirty. But I don't think the victory is theirs. I don't think the
It's
story
It's
is over.
never
It's
there.
not.
And the story's not over. The story's not over. And I have confidence and faith in that. The story is not over. I read today his NFL jersey is the highest selling
jersey,
rookie
that's right.
NFL jersey.
That's right.
I believe
To
it.
date,
That's
so
right.
so he's
Yeah.
making more money off his NFL jersey than anyone right now.
That's
So
right.
And it's crazy because I think that they did it to humble them, but really they just brought
it
shame on
fueled 'em
themselves.
and fueled
And
'em.
they fueled him, but
They
then
have
it's
no
just
shame.
shameful.
They have
It
no
is
shame.
though, because you tried to really dim his light, but it just brought more light to
More
him.
Martin Luther King,
Yeah,
'cause
because
this-
nobody likes a bully, and that's what they tried to do.
and
They
the
tried to
power is
bully
not
him.
theirs.
Yeah, the whole draft now was not even talked about. The first round, I don't even know what the first round pick was.
Cam.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know.
I can congratulate another
I
outstanding
can,
young
I can
man.
congratulate all of the drafts, but the people who got picked in the draft, because it's not anything to do with them. But you really took the spotlight too off of their moment, because every news platform, everyone has been talking about Shedeur. No one else has been talking about anything else.
And then what do you feel about the prank call?
Now that's really bad.
Don't even
And
get me started.
His father is a coach. But I tell you, I really love Dion, and I love Dion's mother too, because she reminds me of another certain person I know. She doesn't hold back. But when you talk about trying to hold a kid back, this man has done everything he can to promote his kids. I don't think they have tattoos. I don't think they're doing the earring thing. And confidence. This is what you want your kids to have, confidence. And they're not playing for money. They love to play the game. They really love to play the game. They have the money. And I think all the things that they have are the things that the NFL hate. They hate the confidence that they have. They hate the parents that he has. They hate the idea that he can play football. And when you say you're going to humble somebody, humble from what? I mean, the kid, when he speaks up, he speaks nice, he speaks intelligent.
3.9 GPA.
What do you want? What do you want? So, I just don't get it. But they will do it now, and he's not the first one that they've done it to. But he got somebody in his corner. He got two things in his corner. He got the good Lord, and he got his dad. And I know his dad ain't taking no slack for none of it. So
And
I'm
he
not worried
shouldn't.
about it.
And he shouldn't.
He shouldn't. He shouldn't.
And I think when it comes to humbling, like you said, the power is not yours. So who are you to try to bring
Are
somebody
you?
down?
Humble yourself.
Yeah, like,
Honey,
But-
they train monkeys. They train gorillas. They try to train us.
And all of it turns around.
That's
doesn't it?
right.
All of it
You
turns.
cannot. They think they can do anything. That's just.
it's just such a power trip. But my question is, when are we as a people just gonna get off the ride? And not even just as black people, just in general. Like I said, this was just such a power trip. It just really showed that, we have control over livelihoods. We can do what we want to do. You will be willing
So they
to,
think.
even these teams, like I said, I don't watch football, but just from hearing the commentary, it's teams that needed him.
Miami.
Bad.
They literally will lose to prove a
Bad.
point
Right.
that you need to
That's
be
right.
humbled, all
That's
because
right.
you're not
average, the
lacking
typical.
confidence.
The
It's
typical.
all the willing and dealing that goes on behind the scenes.
Closed doors.
They've lost that draft pick, but behind the scenes, their palms get greased in other ways, and just to go along with it, to prove their point. And I don't think it was about race. I think it truly was a power struggle.
Yeah,
truly,
no, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it
it's
was
true.
definitely about race. I do.
don't.
I don't
I
think it's
do
about
because,
race.
like I told you, I don't watch football again, but I have literally researched this. Like I told you about the Manning family, his dad had the same type of confidence for his boys that
They did.
Dion had,
That's
and
right.
still got picked. First round
that's
round
right.
draft,
That's
and
He
then
outright
but
said he wasn't going to the
Ex-
team he got picked for.
exactly, they talking about they didn't want to play on the West Coast or whatever. They gonna keep it over here, and literally that's what happened. They got their way, but when he did it, then it was strategic planning. He's just setting his boys up to win. So why is it confidence on one side okay, but on the other side it's, oh, you too loud, you too flashy. Oh, he's just disrespectful. He gonna tell us what to do. Come on,
What
it
is
definitely
too
has to
loud?
do
What is
with
too
race.
flashy?
I'm sorry.
I don't think it's all
mean,
race. I think it's money and power.
no,
I think-
because literally, like you saying, his jersey sold out. If it's money that you want, I'm bringing it to you. You see, even in Colorado, the school wasn't even talked about. I'm bringing the stats. We bringing the money. So if it's money
they're
that you're
upset
looking
about that,
for,
too.
come on, we got it. We bringing it.
They're upset
You don't
about
even
that,
want
too.
money. You're literally willing to lose
Power.
out
Power.
because you. It's crazy to me.
Yeah.
But like I was saying, when are we gonna get out the ride though? We were supposed to be boycotting the NFL 4 years ago. Nobody is stopping. I mean, we have the power. Not just black people in general. Everyone has the power. If you feel that this organization has gone too far,
I think in order to exercise it, there's got to be another option. It's so many kids' dreams, and they work so hard to be a part of this dream. So in order for it to ever be boycotted, or in order for there's got to be another option.
there are plenty of options.
I mean, another league, another somewhere that they can pay to get this notoriety, to make these endorsements to outside of their college ball career. There got to be another professional also. Every kid that loves sports wants to play pro ball.
Oh, yeah.
Now, not all of them are going to make
Yeah.
it, but every
Not all.
kid that loves sports wants to play pro
Wants to
ball.
play, yeah.
So you can't say,
And they have their teams, yeah.
when are we going to stop being a part of it, when that's all we have.
My thing is though, and I understand wanting to play pro. I completely get it. Of course, when you work hard for something, you want to get to the top level. I understand that. But when are we going to realize as a people that the top level is controlled by us, not them? We give them all the power, so therefore they have it. But who would they play if they had no players? The game can't go on. You cannot make money without me, but yet you going to try to control my life. It doesn't make sense.
And the players can't make none without them. That's what I'm saying. It
They
goes both
can
ways.
though. That's what I'm saying. Especially nowadays. Really, I mean, yeah, they taking Shedeur money and everything because he didn't go first round draft. Yeah, he all the way in the fifth, so he did lose money. They making money off streams. He got his own website for his jersey. It's not the same game as it used to be back in the day. You can make more money actually for some people now. I ain't talking about the first round
Most
draft
people
pick.
make more money in endorsements than they will
Exactly.
in their career.
But that's what
More
I'm
than
saying.
anything,
So not only
endorsements.
are you lacking on the funds, then you have
Yeah.
the nerve to try to control what's going on in my life, act like you got the power to make or break me.
Yeah.
I just
It was
don't.
about power.
It was
It's all
all a
about
power
power.
move.
It was
It's all about
wrong.
power.
It was about power, but I commend them in the way that they handled it.
I mean,
And I don't think it's over.
Oh,
I
it's
think
not
I know
over.
strategically
Yeah.
that they've got their game plan going. I don't think we've heard the last of it, but I commend them how they took the high road.
That's right.
And the way that they handled it. And there's
Me
still
too.
excitement when they did get drafted and they did get picked.
because
and
I
when
truly believe they only want to play. I
Yeah.
mean, if you're
Yeah.
really thinking
Yeah.
about it, they don't need the money, but everybody still want to have their own. You could say that Dion is successful, Dion has this type of money, but yet Dion is not Shedeur. Shedeur still wants his own. I'm
and Shedeur
sure.
made more in his senior year of college than he's going to make on his rookie contract.
Yeah, and
So.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you can't stop the shine.
Mm-hmm.
To speak on just the prank call, what type of confidence do you have to go into your father's office, take the information, sit down, call someone on camera, and then post it? What type of confidence is that? With no
It's not in
repercussion?
it.
Yeah.
It's not in it.
No, it's a lot of
A
confidence.
spoiled
It's
brat
confidence that you
cowards.
don't think that anything will happen to you.
Yeah.
Well,
It's like
no
you confidently
repercussions.
posted
No
that.
repercussions.
Not only
yeah.
did you make
And
the
you thought it
call,
was
which
funny.
was crazy, you posted the evidence of you making the call online. You got a lot of
No
confidence
brains.
knowing that ain't
Didn't
nothing
have
gonna
any
happen to
brains.
me.
Frank
Yeah.
gone left. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
to
Now
put
it's
your father
costing
at
you and your
jeopardy.
father dearly. Yeah.
But it's costing them, but not enough. Because honestly, you should have been
I
fired.
didn't hear anyone say anything about being fired.
No.
No.
His
You know.
team
Reprimanded. They got
I think
fined.
his team got
Yeah.
fined $350,000 and he got fined $250 or something
Right.
like that.
But that's
So
crazy.
what's that?
Nothing.
Nothing.
And they apologized, and the Sanders family accepted. I'm telling you, because vengeance is not yours, it's the Lord's. And I am
Vengeance-
so proud of the way they had handled this whole thing. They see it. They looking at it with their eyes wide open. I didn't say that they're not reacting. I like that they're not reacting in public. I love that they're getting their game plan together. I know he gonna go out there and shine. And Cleveland and in Tampa Bay, they both are going to do well. They'll have the last word.
I believe it. I believe they'll have the last word, but I just don't like I don't like people play in people's face. That just really agitates me. And not only playing in my face, you playing with my money. You playing with
your coins.
And honestly, you playing with his experience. Like, this boy has worked hard. He deserves. He deserves to be where he needs to be. And to sit up here, they had him waiting days. Like, days.
But how well you do in the league is not determined by where you're drafted. That's been proven.
But that's still his experience.
Just the idea.
Yeah, like you messed up his whole. When he thinks back on this years later, his draft pick experience is gonna be y'all tried to play in my face.
And but it's gonna be, and I showed y'all. The story's not over. That's
what I'm
telling you.
I believe it.
Story, actually.
I believe it. I believe it.
Over.
But it's still a matter of playing in face. And I believe they finna play with him some more because, again, I don't watch football, but I've read that he's even going to a team that has like 5 quarterbacks. Yeah, so it's like you gonna sit me on the bench.
2 of them hurt. One of them suspended. The other one got drafted with him, which he's a better quarterback. They ain't gonna have no choice but to play him eventually.
Eventually, but eventually it could be years.
No. I'm talking about this year. They're not going to have a choice but to play him, especially if he get there and show out in camp and everything. He's going to get some playing time. Trust me. It is a team that has 5 quarterbacks. They picked 2 in this draft.
What about the team that needs a quarterback?
Thank you.
I hope he play against them and run them down.
Oh my God! I mean, come on. If I lived in Miami, I would just sell my seat, my ticket. I couldn't help him any further. I mean, you let this boy pass. I mean,
to prove a point, though.
To prove a point.
But that's what I'm saying. Your people, nobody gonna say anything, and y'all suffering. Nobody gonna say it. It's just
a lot of people said a lot of things, but it had already been determined what they was gonna do.
I mean, it's determined, but I'm talking about on the back end, the people who truly hold the power. They have to say so, yes, but we're giving them the money. These are people who are investing in these teams. Y'all just gonna let them just look over good quarterbacks. Y'all team is on the line because of pride. What is? I'm just confused. Like, nobody see a problem with that.
Yeah, we all see a problem with it, but those
what you're going to do and how you're going to do it is strategic.
They're going to stick together, and it's a strategic thing, so, you know.
We see it happening all the time, over and over and
That's
over
what I'm saying. It's not only happening in the NFL world or with Shedeur, and that's why I think it just strikes a chord, because people pull power moves all the time, and it's just like, oh, well, and I do believe, don't get me wrong, I do believe God has the last word, but I got to say something now, too. Like, right now. Because why is that okay?
It's not.
It's not okay, but it's not frowned upon either. Like,
nobody. It's frowned upon.
It's frowned upon, but at the same time, nobody's doing anything about it. It's just like, we'll get them on the back end. Like, what is that? Like, even all these commentators and all of that, they just.
It takes a long time to turn a ship around when it's going in one direction. So I don't think that nobody's doing anything about it, but I think it's a slow turn. I think people are trying to get their funds together. I think everybody has always talked about there being another league. You do have the option to go out the country and play, but then that takes you away from your family and everybody else.
Yeah.
But I think that it's just a slow stirring ship. People, and they're exposing themselves more and more. They're turning people off. But I think that there will be a time.
Yeah,
but it's not like you can say, you know what, we ain't doing this no more.
Right.
Just because, you see it happen in basketball. They try to do this. It's not as easy as you think it is. So it's not a matter of just cutting it off, but it's a matter of changing your mindset and contributing or to the betterment or the good. Or even when you get in the league, doing something to make a difference, to show up in a different way than what we've been showing up. And support greater causes. You have to turn their bad into good. Even if it continues and we never get another lead, take the opportunity to use that spotlight to shine on something good, or shine on the opposite.
Will be what?
First.
All
yeah.
Right. And the first shall be
last.
Okay.
And I believe that. I truly believe that. But I just feel
you
that.
See something right now.
Yeah, not even just right now, because not even just right now. I think that everyone has this uproar, and then it's a big thing. Even like the Kaepernick thing, everybody was so outraged with that. But then time passed, and now we're back in the same situation. They're showing another power move. It's like heated for the moment, and then we get over it. And I feel like that's gonna happen happen again? Like, when are we gonna be mad enough or heated enough to say, you know what, we
I
ain't
think
actually
you're
got to
mad
take
enough,
this.
but if you don't have the control or you don't have the power, you
But
can't
we
make
do.
the changes
That's what
or
I'm
the
saying.
moves.
It's so
Not
many
You have to
people.
have it collectively. We
And
have it individually,
that's what I'm saying.
not
They
collectively.
come together collectively. We come together for a moment.
That's why I say you
a
got
movement.
to change the mindset.
It's just, I mean,
You got to change the mindset.
again, I don't watch the sport, but I just think it's crazy that it's continued to be allowed and just really continue to be looked over. It's just like, oh well, they did them like that. Couple years later,
And let me
we
say
over
this
it.
too. The NFL, yes, the owners and the commissioner and league and everything has a lot of power. But the power are in the supporters, the endorsers. And I know you waving your hand like this, but you know I've been to a million NFL games, and the majority of people in the seats ain't us. We
get
support
that.
from TV, we support with bullshit, we support talking, we support this and that, but follow the money.
Follow the money.
Follow the money.
Mm-hmm.
We don't own no sneaker companies. We don't follow the money in the endorsements. We ain't buying no stadiums. We may buy a ticket. We may not. We may buy a jersey, or we gonna
And
make our
that's
jersey and
true,
put
though.
a number on it, and so follow. So I know you're saying we have the power, but collectively and everything, follow the money.
Follow the money.
We can follow the money, and I agree with that. When you go to the games, we not in stands, but TV ratings count too.
TV
Turn
ratings
the TV
count, but
off.
it ain't selling like them tickets and filling up them stadiums. Trust me.
count.
And that's
though.
what it really has to.
You know why it ain't? I can tell you that TV ratings count or don't count. Because if they don't fill the stadiums, they won't show it on
They
TV.
won't show it.
It's
That's
canceled.
right.
It's
It's
You
canceled.
can't even see it on
Can't
TV
see
if
it
they
on
don't sell
TV.
enough tickets
Those
to the
tickets gotta
stadium.
sell. That stadium has to be
The
filled.
stadium got to be filled, or they not even televising the game.
Mm-hmm.
That's a done deal.
I think it's on both ends, but
Yeah, we got to show up.
I mean, we have to show up, but you can't fault people for not showing up when a ticket is astronomically priced.
I don't fault anybody for not doing anything, and I'd rather watch the game on TV than live and anything. So I'm not, but I like to go for the adrenaline of the live, and I
It's
just
a
like
different
sports.
experience.
It's a different experience. But what
Totally.
I am saying is that it ain't as easy to say we ain't doing this when we don't hold the cards. We gotta put our money where our mouth is what I'm saying. And I ain't saying that means we gotta go fill up their stadiums. I'm saying, but collectively, the money has to go where your mouth is. And then that's how you can
But
make
I'm
change.
not even just talking about the people who watch, the people who support. Even players can make change. Like, really, everybody can make change. But, you know, I guess I digress. And the change not going to be made till we come together collectively. And I don't feel
There
like
you have it.
and again, when I say we, I'm not even just talking about black people. Just in general, everyone needs to come together because this is wrong. This is a power move that was just unnecessary, really. And like I said, it really didn't even reflect bad on him. It reflected bad on the league.
Professional sports go on, and it can make an individual or it ruins an individual.
That's right.
And that's of all denominations, races, colors, ethnic groups. And the sad part about it is if you get hurt, the game goes on. If some tragedy happened, the games go on. You use your mental capacity, the game go. They put everything on the line for these same power to be's. But the game goes on. You good this year, but next year you ain't as good. The game goes on.
It goes
Most of them pretty good. They first 4 or 5 years. Not all of them become standout athletes, big names, this, that, and the other. After that, they traded over here. They traded over there. And unfortunately, most of them end up broke.
But when I say, and I agree with that, and the game will go on, but will it go on at the rate that you want it to? Like, let's say if the Lakers are playing Miami, whatever, and they whole lineup say, we don't want to play tonight. They whole lineup. Then the people on the bench say, we not playing neither. They got to bring in the G League. Then the other team say, we ain't playing neither. They got to bring in the G League. Who paying money to see the G League?
Well, they go
No.
nobody.
Let me just say this. You can't just say you ain't playing.
Yeah, you got a contract.
Because
to say
you employed
You-
by the Lakers.
yeah.
You're not volunteering your services. You are employed by, and you can't just say you ain't playing. But trust me, when you say you ain't playing, somebody in
That's
that top
it.
office on that
somebody
some
coming in.
the deductions coming in, the fines coming in.
They coming in, I believe it.
Okay,
but
but
at the same
trust me.
time, they losing out on money too.
Trust me, you ain't getting them fines and them deductions too many games.
Can't afford it.
They can outsit you before you can outsit them.
That's right.
Okay. But everybody,
They can outsit you before you can outsit them, and you're not gonna unanimously get all your teammates to give up
but
their
that's
cards.
that's why I
Because-
said that's why I said
But
what
you know why
if?
you ain't gonna unanimous to give him? Cause everybody on the bench ain't making the same. LeBron may be able to say, "I am gonna sit out this season," but this 6th, 7th, and 8th man was like,
Can't do
I can't miss a game."
We have to come together collectively, y'all. It's not even about.
But I think the drastic
We have to hold each other up. I mean, we make GoFundMe's
here we
for.
go to go find.
I mean, come on. If the cause is right, we're gonna have to hold each other up. I remember a couple of years ago, and this is just share from sports, but kind of the same mindset. I told you all, it's crazy how rent is getting this high. It's just crazy. And I said, we really control it, because if people stop paying rent right now, if I'm living in a high rise and everybody in the building stop paying rent.
Oh, y'all are gonna get
Okay,
evicted.
but first of all, it takes about 3 months before you can evict somebody. In them 3 months, you know how much money them people done lost? And they still got to pay their light bill. They still got to pay. You know how much money, if you're not making money, and then you still have to put out money.
I've
Come
seen
on.
that
You know what
happen,
they're gonna
Raven.
do?
I've seen that happen. The entire unit stopped paying rent.
Hmm.
But after about 6 months, the entire unit is outside.
Okay, but then.
But now,
but listen.
No, you listen. What happened to that apartment building is they also lost, because they lost a lot of money. They couldn't keep the upkeeps up. So that building was demolished, basically.
But that's what I'm saying. So how many people, if the whole city say, y'all done got too crazy, we ain't paying rent, they have to bring it down. 3 months, all the buildings done did that. Come on. And then on top of that, then you can put us out. Nobody move in. Everybody just say, it's too high. I'm not paying that. So now you losing money because people won't even move in. We control all of this, y'all. Literally, it's high because we're willing to pay it. And I feel like that's with everything. If you're willing to do it, they're not going to change. We have to come together collectively as a people on everything.
Until we become the lender and not the borrower, that's not going to happen.
It can, though.
No, listen to me when I say the lender, not the borrower, because you have to own something. You know why the building went down and they ended up having to demolish it? Because whomever didn't own the building. Because if I owned it, I ain't at risk of losing it if you don't pay it. I'm going to put you out and put somebody else in there and charge them more to make up for the money that I lost.
But what if
of her.
somebody won't move in?
Then it's just vacant, but I ain't winning nothing and I ain't losing nothing. But if I am...
You still losing. If the building is vacant, you still got to pay
Which one
property
I'm saying?
tax. Whether you own it or not, you still got to pay. You have to pay something on the building. And if you're not making no money, that's just money coming out of your pocket without
Or
income
I have the
coming
option
in.
to sell it then at that point.
sell
But
it.
if I owe the bank for, if I am the borrower, I'm depending on your rent to pay the
Pay the
mortgage
mortgage.
that's already on it. And most people that have rental properties don't outright own the rental properties.
Right.
They're paying to a bank. So they upcharge you because they're trying to make a profit off of what they already got to pay in mortgage.
You lived in New York, and I mean, what, take 2 people to run a box?
I understand it, but that's what I'm saying. We allow them to get this astronomical because we're going to pay it regardless. Instead of saying this is crazy, let's all come together. It's like,
I don't know
it's
if we
crazy,
allow it.
let
No
me
one
work 3 more
likes
jobs, let me work 4
inflation,
more
but it's
jobs.
I don't know if we allow it. Nobody likes inflation, but you live but until we like I said, I always say, follow the money. You got to become the lender, not the borrower. You got to have ownership. You got to change your
I
mindset.
don't
You
even
got to
think
steer the
it's
ship.
about ownership though. I think it's just about literally saying we not doing it. That's just like if McDonald's burgers go up to $30, you gonna keep eating McDonald's?
Yeah,
And some people will. So then they
yeah.
gonna go up to 50 in a couple of years because they like we got y'all for 30 when we was just selling these for 5.
And
All
then
right,
how they
bet.
hurt you, like you said, okay, if everybody just stop paying rent, okay. So then, what if they do bring it down? But now you don't qualify for this because you got an eviction and now your credit score this and your this and the system is not designed for you to just go raw. You can't win. You got to just change your mindset and get your own and be owners and not leasers, renters, and you got to be the lender, not the borrower. And that's
Get
biblical.
your own lead.
I've been saying get the own lead now for real, but I mean. I think it has to come to a time where we got to be tired. And I don't believe y'all tired yet. Y'all teams winning. Y'all looking good. Y'all can wear y'all jersey. It's NFL Sunday, Monday, Thursday, whatever. As long as you can root, who cares that they don't? They prey on the little dog. And that's not okay in my book. I would never support the league. I'm already not a fan. But hey,
Never will be, huh?
Never will be.
Well, the NFL is no different than anything else, and so you support something. I'm sure you enjoy something. You take leisure in something. You get on these planes, and the tickets going higher and higher and higher. But when you want to go somewhere, you're gonna pay to get on the plane.
That's different.
Oh,
Oh.
now that's different.
different.
It's what people do for entertainment and
Yeah,
enjoyment.
yeah,
It's
whatever
what
you
you're willing to
like,
pay
whatever
for
you
what you
like.
like.
That's different.
No, it's not.
It is.
'Cause
Because it
I would
fluctuates.
definitely
It
support.
fluctuates, and sometimes it do get to the point where I'm like, I just ain't going. I can't make that trip. I'm not, because y'all getting a little too crazy. It would never be, oh, I'm done. I can't. I'll put up my last for this. No.
I don't think nobody put up their last to go to a game either.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And I know it's you. I'm not, and you're not, but I'm sure there are people that putting up their last to go travel too, and come back and ain't got nowhere to stay. You see it happen all the time.
Well, it's never that deep, but
No, it's not.
And they're borrowing from the lender to make
Okay.
these trips.
And then you the lender.
Lord. This wasn't even our topic for
It was
today.
not.
Honestly,
But it's okay.
this was
It's
our
okay.
hot topic that
It's
kind of
okay.
just turned
But that
into.
sounds like it's a pretty good hot topic. When it
Yeah.
flows, it flows.
It does, but that's crazy to me.
When it flows, it flows. So next time.
These are these table topics that things just come up randomly. And that's what we do.
This is what we do. Yeah, we get on one topic and the conversation just starts to flow. We started off talking about the draft and we ended up talking about traveling in friendly blue skies
And rent.
and
You know,
rent.
but these are things that families talk about, you know.
What are
deal
your
with.
thoughts? This is a good segment actually for you all to tell us. We've talked about several things. What are your thoughts about the NFL draft? What do you think about the power dynamics in the U.S., be it sports, economics, rent? What do you all think about what do you think will change the game? How does the general public or America regain control? How do the
Regain.
people
Just get
Gang.
it.
gain it, right? How do people come up or combat these huge systems, employment systems, banks, pharmaceutical? How do the people win? What are your thoughts? Please leave it in the comments. Tell us. We'll continue the conversation. If we get some feedback, we'll definitely talk about what you all feel needs to happen, did happen, did not happen, or what are your views on said subjects? What do you girls think?
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good. Make sure
Sounds
you
good.
like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to share this episode and share your thoughts.
Absolutely. On all your streaming platforms. Don't forget. Hit the
Ta-ta.
button. Do it now. There's no better time than now.
I think so.